A blind piano player, wrestler, long-distance runner, and a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions across the U.S. are here to tell their story of their unique and incredible journey together. Welcome to the Nancy and Mike Show. Nancy and Mike will engage you with some of the most unimaginable and heartwarming stories of their extraordinary life. So please welcome your hosts, Nancy and Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Novo.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. God inspired. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Today is show number 24, and 24 is a special number because of July 24th,
Yes.
which is a national holiday.
My birthday.
And I'm already looking forward to Nancy's birthday, even though it comes after mine.
Well, I'm looking forward to your birthday, having a nice party.
My party is 13 weeks from today.
Oh, like who's not counting?
Well, I don't know who's not counting, but I'll tell you who is counting.
Yeah,
It's me. Anyway, this is show number 24, and today's date is January 3rd. And what's good about January 3rd? I got to do some of my college basketball this morning, and the holidays are over. And boy, am I glad of that. So anyway, Nancy just left. Anyhow, today I'm going to talk about something that, starting at least, was something that happened last week. And I'm going to go into that for a few minutes. Last week, I was watching a football game. And it was between Carolina and Seattle. And both teams could have used the game, but Seattle won. But that, from that standpoint, is irrelevant. But I'm going to tell you something that's not relevant, that I find very disturbing. Here's what happened. The guy said that if New England wins against the Jets, which they won, I think it was like 42-10, they win the division. Now, New England had it all the way. They were 35-3 at the half, and they won convincingly. Now, the next game is Philadelphia Buffalo. This is Sunday afternoon, the late game. And now the commissioner changes everything. New England has to play Miami, which we all knew. And if Buffalo and New England tie, Buffalo gets the division. Now, here's what came up since then.
Okay.
Philly and Buffalo were playing each other, and it looked good. It looked good. It looked promising. Uh, I'm a Philly and New England fan.
Yeah, we know that.
So Philly was ahead 13-0 at the half. It looked good. So the half ended and Philly quit.
Oh, 13-0, they quit?
Yes.
Did somebody get hurt?
No. They didn't complete a single pass in the second half. They were 0 for 6. The running was totally worthless. And they ended up winning the game 13-12.
Yes.
Now,
Oh, you said they didn't deserve it because of the second half, huh?
They did not deserve to win, honestly. And I'm going to get into something
Okay.
that Vince Scully used to say. If you don't know who Vince Scully is, you're not a sports fan. Vince Scully announced for the LA Dodgers
Yeah.
for years and years
For
and years and
years.
years. And one of the things that he used to say all the time, it's better to be lucky than it is to be good.
Well, that's his opinion. We'd rather be good.
I would rather be good, yes.
Yeah, and we know you're not lucky.
And we know I'm not lucky. I've never been lucky.
And someone said luck has to do with Lucifer.
Yes, and that's
So good has to do with God.
Lucifer. That's where I was going with that.
Cool.
So Nancy took the words right out of my mind,
See,
but that's okay.
I put in the punchline before you were ready.
Yeah, she started punching away. Rocky's coming. So anyway, what happened? Buffalo scored.
uh-huh.
They had one possession where they died at the 1-inch line.
I saw that.
Now, it was a fourth down. If they had kicked the field goal,
Uh-huh. It would have
and
been a tie,
no, they would have won 16-13.
but they wanted to do the extra two, right?
No, they wanted to score a touchdown
Oh,
because it was still 13
yeah,
to
I'm
nothing.
sorry, I didn't follow.
And they thought 3 points would not help them.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
then they
smart.
scored 2 touchdowns after that.
Huh?
And the first one, the extra point was blocked. So that made it 13-6. Now, for some reason, and I think I know why,
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo scored a touchdown in the last minute, and they didn't want to go for the tie.
Yeah, you
Bec-
hate ties.
Because, well, yes, I do hate ties, but I would have been okay with a tie because the tie would have given New England the division.
Oh,
So they felt like they had to go for the 2-point conversion.
because they don't like New England.
And yes. Now, here's where I'm going with this.
Okay, I'm listening.
Philly wins 13-12. They should have lost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Buffalo was clearly the better team. And even when Buffalo didn't score, they were moving the ball. Josh Allen is a great, great quarterback. And here's what's happened since that game. The commissioner's nose is all out of joint
Because he hates New England.
because he hates New England, like many other people. And so now you come up with all these crazy charges with 2 of New England's players. So here's what the
Only
deal is.
choking somebody.
Let's get New England's players suspended for the playoffs. Here's the next thing. It's a new thing. If Denver wins tomorrow,
Okay.
now
Lot of
Denver
games tomorrow. Huh?
gets the number 1 seed. That's BS. And I'll tell you why that's the number 1 seed. Denver plays more cupcakes than any bakery in the country could
Okay.
possibly have.
Yeah, I know you don't like those cupcakes.
And here's what I mean by this.
Yeah, I think we know.
They played Kansas City. Well, Kansas City didn't have Mahomes. They half their team was out with injuries.
Okay, well,
Now, nobody has control over that,
no, I know. I was
but there
gonna
is
stick that in.
control over this.
What?
The Chargers.
Los Angeles
Los Angeles Chargers arresting their guys.
and you think the commissioner has that
Yes,
under his
he has that
thumb.
under his control, and I believe he's instrumental in this.
Mhm.
Now, what happens? We know the Chargers are going to lose tomorrow,
'Cause
and
they're gonna
Denver's
lay down.
yes, and Denver's going to clinch the number 1 seed. Now, you got to figure this. Denver played the Raiders twice. They played the easiest schedule in football.
The
So,
Raiders are horrible.
if they tie New England,
Hmm.
they're
It's
both
fair.
14-3.
New England's better.
New England is better. They played a better schedule. I'm not saying New England would win. I think they would if they were playing on neutral court, if neutral field, if they had all their players. No, they can't win in Denver.
No.
So here's what I decided to do. I'll watch the games tomorrow. It'll be my final games of the year. I will not watch any playoff games because it's too political. Remember last week I talked about favoritism
Yes.
and the sin of favoritism?
Yes.
And I talked about the 3 kinds of prejudice.
Yes. You laid that out very well, I thought.
I did a great job with that
Mhm.
because I've had
You've lived it.
I lived it.
Yeah.
So I know about it.
Yeah.
And this commissioner hates New England so much. And if New England were to win, and I'll tell you how New England could win. I hope that Buffalo beats the Jets tomorrow. That's not much to hope. Now, if Buffalo beats the Jets,
Good. Possible. I think that could
if
possibly
Buffalo
happen.
beats the Jets,
Yeah,
here's what will
okay.
happen.
I'm listening.
Since Buffalo can't win the division, they're the number 5 seed. Now, what's wrong with that? Well, I believe that Buffalo will play Baltimore in the first round. I'm rooting for Pittsburgh, but I think Baltimore will beat them.
Okay. All right.
But if they don't, I'll root for Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
and Buffalo will beat Pittsburgh. They already did. And then they'll go to Denver. Well, Denver has played so many cupcakes. They're not
They won't be
used.
able to handle it.
They're not
Right.
used to opposition.
Right. Right.
Jacksonville went into Denver and beat them.
Sure.
And if Jacksonville loses to Houston, no, they're not playing Houston.
Okay.
So Jacksonville's going to win the division. And so what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo beats Pittsburgh or Baltimore, and then they have to go to Denver. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Buffalo wins in Denver. Now, I know Buffalo beat us in New England, but I would much rather, even the days, if you remember, the days of Tom Brady,
Yeah. New
he could
England
not win
played.
in he could not win in Denver.
Yeah. Because of the cheating, huh?
Yeah, because of the cheating.
Okay.
So uh
So you want Buffalo to go to Denver?
I know there's no chance the Chargers could win there. And I know because the commissioner hates New England that Denver will get the number 1 seed. And I don't like politics and cheating and hating. And there's so much of it nowadays. And I'm going to get into another situation where that's the politics are taking over. And I think it will eventually destroy the country.
Oh, I hope not.
But I'm not going to go there yet.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break right now. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. We'll be right back.
Mike Zorich, a 3-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a 6-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorick, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorick has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorick.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida.
Yep.
This is the Nancy and Mike Show. And if I didn't say the date, it's January 3rd.
You did.
I think I did.
You-
But I was talking about the hatred the commissioner has for the Patriots. He hates them so much that he's willing to break the rules in order to knock them out of the playoffs. I would love nothing better, and I would even watch this, for New England to win the Super Bowl and for the commissioner to have to give New England the trophy. I would love it. The guy would be raging.
He probably wouldn't show up.
He will show up. He has to.
Okay.
It's part of his job. He will show up and he will give the trophy to the team that wins the Super Bowl. That much will happen. And I hope it's New England. And I don't think it will be.
No.
But
you're rooting for him.
I think New England is a year away.
Okay.
But considering last year, what were they like, 4-13?
Ugh.
And this year,
Boy, they came a lot better.
they've got to get themselves a running back,
Mm-hmm.
and the quarterback's doing all right, but they need a little help. And if they get the help they need, and it may not matter what the commissioner does.
Good.
And but I saw this the other day. Let me tell you what else I saw.
Okay.
That's equivalent to New England. One of the things that I talk about a lot is fruits.
Oh, my thing is about fruits today.
What are your fruits?
Oh. Yeah.
What are they? Well, we know what the NFL commissioner's fruits are. He's willing to cheat and do whatever he has to do to get his way. And that's the same thing the Nazis are doing. Now, let me give you an example
Okay.
of what happened.
And
Now,
later I'll give fruits example of fruits, good fruits.
now, when Trump sent in the National Guard to Chicago, and they sued him, and they got a Nazi judge to rule against him. And maybe the Supreme Court will overturn the ruling. That's what Trump is
Much I love Chicago, but it's dangerous.
it's a hellhole, and it's a hellhole because of who's running it.
Well, I miss Chicago.
And I do too. I'd like to go there again.
Mhm.
And but they got to clean it up. And so here's what I would do. If I were Trump, you know what I would do? I'd defy the courts.
I know that sounds like you.
All right?
I know.
I tell the judge of
He has to obey laws.
no, he does not.
Come on. But anyway,
I would defy the courts.
Hmm?
I would have Kash Patel arrest that judge for abusing his power and lock him up. He can never be a judge again.
You know who I like a lot is Mark Levin. He knows the ins and outs of these judges and what their job is and what their job is not.
Yeah, he knows the Constitution. And I'll tell you who else is very good that doesn't get enough credit
Who's that?
is Newt Gingrich.
Oh, okay.
He knows the Constitution forwards and backwards. He's amazing.
And Mark Levin has a lot of good guests. He's had him on there. Has a lot of good guests.
Well,
I like that.
you watch all these other shows, they have a lot of crap on
They
shows.
show examples of how the Democrats are doing so bad, but we don't want to hear all that every day.
You can watch that on the national news.
National news plays a lot of that.
But here's what I would do.
Okay, I'm listening.
I would double the size of the National Guard. Right? I lost in court. I'd double the size. I wouldn't wait for the Supreme Court.
No, I don't.
I'd arrested whoever filed the lawsuit, lock him up, and whatever he was, rather it be the governor of the state or the mayor of the state, that guy can never have his job back. And I would do it, and that would be it. And why do you do this? Let me tell you why you do this. Because we've got to do either two things. We've got to either lock these Nazis up or kill them. Now, if we don't do this, and I've said this before, and I'll say it to my dying day, when the midterms come, Trump will, and the Nazis will take over the House.
Well, I hope people have more common sense than you give them credit for. I know you are able to see things in a different way than I do, but I'm really praying and hoping that people have more common sense and can see what's right from what's wrong.
And I'll tell you why this is true. Because a Nazi cannot commit a sin.
Well, in this society today, but according to our God, they do commit sin. But if they repent, He washes them up clean. And we do pray for repentance. You know it. We pray for them.
I know, but if there's no accountability,
so
which there isn't, there's no reason to repent.
Yeah, you know.
So,
but they do have common sense in their hearts.
you know,
they're in denial, but they do common sense. I believe it.
But anyway,
yeah,
that's where I am with that.
Okay.
And Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and I'm very tired today.
Yeah, I had something happen to me. This horrible. It's like indigestion in my throat, and I woke up Mike, and we did not have a good sleep. That's putting it mildly.
And I had a couple of bad dreams, and one of them was that my cancer returned, and I was without Nancy, and I wasn't happy, and
we got to stick together.
Yeah, and
very important.
I don't know what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm 29 and 22 in college basketball.
And we filled out what his choices are.
We filled out my other 9 games today. I had one yesterday, and I won by a half a point. It was Nebraska over Michigan State. Nebraska's 14-0, and they're not playing a bunch of cupcakes either. They beat Michigan State, who's very good. They beat Illinois at Illinois a couple weeks ago. Illinois is very good, and so Nebraska's the real deal. And I don't know how far they're going to go, but they are a good team. And so I won with them yesterday. And I got a game going on now. I don't know what the score is. It's between Virginia and North Carolina State.
Okay.
And I picked North Carolina State. And the reason I picked North Carolina State, I'll tell you what it is. North Carolina State and Virginia, they're from the Atlantic Coast Conference, and they're both good teams.
This is
Either
college basketball.
yeah, either team could win the game. But why I picked North Carolina State? First of all, the game's at North Carolina State. Second of all, the last game Virginia had was against Virginia Tech, and they went into triple overtime. So I'm thinking that on New Year's Eve, this is when that happened.
Oh, I know. We
They get
watched it.
they get 2 days off, and by the way, I lost that game.
I know.
And
Kept saying, oh, maybe they could win in overtime.
Well,
Kept
yeah,
saying overtime,
but
overtime.
then
Ugh,
Virginia Tech would score the first 6 points of overtime,
I know. So what's the good of asking for overtime?
and Virginia Tech started out with 5.5 points. So there's no way that I think I lost the game by 15 points. But anyway, I'm thinking that because they had that 3 overtime game, that I picked North Carolina State. I don't know what's happening, and by the time the show ends today, that game will probably be over. So anyway,
Yeah.
Nancy's going to do her wonderful thing, and I'm not going to go into my school days today, and but I will next week,
Oh, good.
and you'll
I
see
like that.
what kind of fruits I had.
Yeah.
And you might think I had good fruits, you might think I had bad fruits, but whatever the case, it doesn't matter to me. So that's where we're at. Now Nancy's coming to do her wonderful thing.
Okay. This from our daily bread. This was written by Monica LaRose. So it's talking about fruit, and since we just had New Year's and people making all their resolutions about what to do, it said, when we think about New Year's resolutions, what probably comes to mind is a list of lofty ambitions that we rarely achieve. Well, this one girl had the idea of seeing about doing less. And I just thought we should see the new year as an opportunity to do less, to start saying no to a lot of things that waste our time. In a world of constant pressure to do more, it can be easy to miss the radically different rhythm of life Jesus invited his disciples into. One of the abiding things in Jesus was himself as a true vine, and then the disciples as the branches. So the vine branches don't have to do a lot of work and do a lot of harder, ambitious things. And they get nourishment and receive it from the vine. The branches get their energy from the vine. So too, the growth we long for can only be experienced when we let go of self reliance in exchange for resting in and finding nourishment in Christ. For apart from Him, we can do nothing. And I'll be right back for the finish of this story. Stay tuned. Nancy and Mike Show.
Author, radio show host and coach, John M. Hawkins, reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness: Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. This is the Nancy and Mike show.
Yep.
And Nancy's going to finish up her wonderful thing, and then I will come back and explain a few things and finish the show.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to read the scripture about Galatians 5:22. In case you don't know what the fruit of the Spirit is. Okay. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And against such things there is no law, that's for sure. So Jesus said, I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, we will bear much fruit. So every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. That's from Matthew 7:16-17. When the fruits of the Spirit are expressed in your life, you actually become a delivery system of Christ's love to those around you, most notably to your friends and your spouse. Okay, so you will suffer without good fruit, and the fruit of the Spirit reflects your life. So I know sometimes it's hard when you're busy and people ask you to do things and you start saying yes to things that you should have said no. And you think, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to get in better shape. I have to eat more vegetables. And you start pressuring yourself, and you have to step back and let God kind of handle stuff, right? We were talking last week about those 5 things we got the message about. The main thing, put God first, and these other things kind of fall in the right perspective. Right, Mike?
Yep. And one of the things we talked about last week was favoritism.
Yes.
And they're talking about doing every thing they can to cheat the Patriots because they don't like them. And I don't know if Nancy's done yet.
I'm done.
But anyway, finishing up this situation with the Nazis.
Hmm.
And we, as a country, have to be against anybody and everybody who wants to kill Christians.
Yeah.
And we know that Islam and Hamas, they want to kill the Christians. And we know that Trump and Netanyahu had a meeting this week,
Yes.
and we should not allow any Arab politicians in our government.
And especially when they can't even put their hand on the Bible when they swear in. That's not right.
And because not only that, but if you do that, you're fighting against yourself. And I love that he's going after Iran. I love that he's going after Venezuela. But the real enemy is the deep shit cities. And that's what we need to take care of. Because if we don't, we're going to lose this country in November. I
It could
guarantee
be
it.
a safe haven for the enemies of this country in this country.
I know.
That's
It
not common
shouldn't be.
sense.
That's not common sense. You know what that is? That's cowardism.
Yeah, because the politicians that are uh, in favor of the enemy to this country, they get some kickback from it. That's the only thing. They're not thinking of the good of the whole country.
Well, the Nazis never think of the good of the country. They're thinking of what can they do to get more power. That's the way the Nazis operate. And
And favoritism doesn't help the whole of the whole game. If people see an honest, good football game or an honest, good baseball game, they're more attracted to that sport.
yeah, if I knew that everything was going to be fair in the football,
You'd watch all of
I'd
it.
watch all of it.
I know.
But I figure I don't have to watch all of it because next Saturday there's going to be college basketball. So why should I watch the football that's going to be totally corrupt? And the Chargers, by losing tomorrow, which we know they're going to, they will play New England. Now, New England, seeing that
This team lied down.
this team laid down, and so they could play New England, they ought to beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, just run the score up into the stratosphere, and let the I keep
I know
calling
the
them
San
San
Diego
Diego,
Chargers.
but it's not San Diego,
Yes,
it's
it is.
LA. But they're in on this. The Chargers are in on this. And they're not a victim, they're part of the enemy.
Yeah, it's like an underground conspiracy.
Yes. But I don't see it as underground because
Yeah, you see it.
it's very obvious to me, and I'm sure to some people it is underground. And then they're going after Stephen Diggs, and there's one other guy they're going after. They figure, well, just in case uh, Denver loses to Buffalo, I hope Buffalo ends up number 5 because I think Buffalo has the best chance to win, and Denver.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, Jacksonville does, but Jacksonville is going to be uh, number 2 or 3.
Okay.
So Jacksonville won't be in Denver's bracket. Jacksonville will be in New England's bracket, and they'll probably play Houston. And if I'm rooting for New England, I would root for Houston to beat Jacksonville because Jacksonville is dangerous. So then you've got Buffalo and New England to play for the AFC Championship game. And I haven't even discussed the National League side of the bracket, uh, but it looks like Seattle will get a bye, and Chicago and Green Bay will play in the first round.
Meh.
and that's the end of the world for Chicago.
I know, and Chicago is doing so good.
And Chicago is,
Oh,
you know,
I
hey,
know. I'm from Chicago.
they beat Green Bay last time
No.
on a fluke, and I missed the game, and I missed the game purposely. I was watching.
They're never going to win.
I thought that Chicago will never beat Green Bay.
Yeah,
Why
no.
should I watch it? And at one time it was 16-3 Green Bay.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, why go there?
why go there? And tomorrow is it for me. And there's no Monday night game.
Oh,
So
when does wrestling start? College wrestling?
you know what? I don't know. There might be some college wrestling this afternoon. We haven't checked
Yeah, we got to check that channel.
the Big Ten Network, which
Yeah.
is 7:03.
Basketball on that channel. Maybe they'll advertise it.
Well, if there's basketball, they're not going to have wrestling, but they might
advertise it.
they might have wrestling tomorrow,
Okay.
and they usually have wrestling on Friday and Sunday. So I'll have to check tomorrow if there's any wrestling.
You guys probably know Mike loves regular college wrestling, and it doesn't happen very often. It's not all years. Maybe
No, it's actually the shortest season of any sport, and but
it's
Penn
just
State will
phony wrestling.
will probably win again.
It's the colleges.
And even though I know that, I still love to watch it. It brings back
Remember names. I love that.
yeah, and it brings back old memories.
I know.
And I know which guys were good last year, and the guys that return, I'll remember how they did last year. So it's
What a treat to have a good memory.
it's something that I'm going to look for tomorrow. I don't think there'll be any today. There's too much
No, too
basketball.
much basketball.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
And if there is any tomorrow, I may have to give up some of the football games. I really don't want to do that because tomorrow was the final game of the season for me. But anyway, if wrestling is there, wrestling will prevail.
Oh yeah.
And that's the way it is. And it's hard to talk about people's fruits, but we have to realize what we need to do to save this country. And nobody has the guts, even Trump.
Well, I hope one of your fruits is playing the piano, and I know you've been sick for a while and you haven't practiced, but I hope you start practicing and we get to hire a piano teacher to help you to remember some of those notes you forgot and learn some new pieces.
Yeah,
My fruit is my artwork, and a friend wants me to do a painting of his wife with
bunch of cats.
a cow, not cats. Yeah, you first told me cats. I thought, oh, I love doing cats, but no, it's a cow. His beautiful wife with the cow, kind of being friendly. So,
Cats in the clouds.
oh yeah, I have a painting called "The Cows in the Clouds." I think that's what it's called. My sister took the photo, I think in Switzerland, of these nice young calves on a hill with big clouds in the sky, and it turned out good. It's one of my good paintings. So, anyway, I remember this one guy say, well, why don't you talk about your artwork more often? But how do you talk about artwork? It's hard. It's so visual.
You know, and it's hard to describe your artwork
I know.
to somebody who can't see what you're painting. So if we were on cameras and you could show your artwork on the program, then it'd be easier to do that. But to try to describe something like that, uh, even for you, I think it would be hard. And I wouldn't recommend it. I know I couldn't do it.
Oh, we're going to a break right now. We'll be right back. This is the Nancy and Mike Show. Stay tuned.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Hi, my name is Mike Zorek.
And this is Nancy Noble.
We are coming to you live, broadcasting from YouTube in Florida. And in this last break, Nancy mentioned something very interesting that we do the 1st of January every year.
Yep, it's very happy.
And what we do, starting January 1st, we write down, both of us, write down the highlight of each day, the happy thing.
Yeah, I put M and then his happy thing, then N and my happy thing in a narrow piece of paper and put it in a jar.
And
And
sometimes they're the same
yeah,
happy thing.
sometimes we have fun in the same thing. But sometimes it's just we had something good to eat or we had something happy, unexpected good things.
I can't remember the date, but I remember one of mine was I took a nap. Now, if that's your happy thing of the day, you don't have
Hard day.
to you don't have to wonder how the rest of the day was, because that if your happiest thing, and I remember this old Star Trek. It was to me, it was
I think it was Star Trek Next Generation.
I got a big kick out of it.
Yeah.
And this guy was saying that he doesn't know what happened to him, but he went into a state of unconsciousness.
And Jean-Luc said, you fell asleep.
Yeah. And on that same show,
Yep. He wasn't used to eating.
so what did he do? He went to a restaurant and he ordered 10 sundaes.
Chocolate sundaes. And then he didn't feel too good after that. But
Did he eat them?
yeah. Because he never enjoyed things like that. Someone was telling him, well, this is good to do and that's good. But anyway, that was a funny one. But a lot of happy things were some good food we ate. That was for sure. And it was just fun to read every single
Every
one.
single day. And especially on a day where TV is lousy and it's a good thing. And then also on January 1st, we read our diary, and that takes us about 4 or 5 hours to read both of them.
Yeah, it does. It takes a while. But it's interesting, huh?
Yeah. And I'm glad we do it because it's a great way to start the year.
And it's a way of being objective to your life.
And if you don't have a good memory,
Like me.
which I do have a good memory,
Mhm.
but if you don't have a good memory, and it kind of lets you know what kind of year you had,
Yes.
because if the stuff you don't write down for your happy thing, uh the bad things go in your diary.
Yeah.
So like for June 25th, I almost died. And
And we went home to write the happy thing. I would have had a hard time thinking of happy things.
yeah, I don't know what you would have written if I had died on that day. But anyway, fortunately it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if somehow or other we get separated, there won't be any more happy things
No,
because
it'd be hard to do.
it'd be hard to do.
Yeah, we share. Well, what did you say? What did you say for the happy thing? You'd ask me because I already know what you told me and I write it in the jar. But it's fun. We unfold them and read them, and then we put it in an envelope with the year on it and put it in a dresser.
Yeah. And it takes a long time to read that, the whole thing. And
I've told other people, they say it's a really good idea. I don't know if anyone
but I
follows.
don't believe anybody else does it. It's very time consuming, and I kind of enjoy it
I do too.
because it gives me something to look forward to on the first day of the year. Now, prior to that, uh, the classical music channel played their top 101. And I will tell you, you could guess, knowing that it's from California. The people who vote are very, very stupid.
Well, they had a lot of good pieces. Come on. My favorite was Mahler's First. That
Yeah.
we say, well, who beat this and who beat that? And Mike has such a mathematical brain.
Yeah, I knew how to bracket
Yeah,
the
he loves
music.
brackets. You know, Mike loves
I'm a
brackets. Yeah.
bracketologist, so I know who goes against who. And anyway,
Yeah.
uh, that's what we did on Tuesday and Wednesday. Uh, we filled out our brackets and we went through it. And 101, there's uh, you have 37 matches that add up to 129, and 27 buys. So 37 and 27, you have 64 going to the next round. And I can't go into it now because
Good.
we're at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And but anyway, this is
So,
what we
what's your
do.
favorite one?
My favorite one was it was between Carl Orff, uh, Carmina Barona, and uh, Les Preludes by Liszt.
Oh,
If you
that's
remember Les Preludes, that was on Flash Gordon for those who used to watch that show. Now,
I don't think too many people are old enough for that. But hey, we're at the end of the show already. 30 seconds to go. We're wrapping up. Take care, guys, and Happy New Year.
This has been the Nancy and Mike Show. Tune in each week and become part of the conversation of the amazing journey of Nancy and Mike.